Craig, what got you over the line tonight?
Probably fight.
Christian Petrarca to make the Collingwood headaches migraines. Comes up with the true boots, and Melbourne are here to demonise the Pies.
Who's it going to be? Ned Long to the square and beyond. He's not giving up. We know the Magpies won't.
McCreary gets to the back. He's got plenty. Has a look. Sets it up magnificently for Elliott. Jamie Elliott opens it up. There are goals left in this game. Collingwood snap back.
Schultz shoots and scores. And the Magpies are back in front.
16 wins and a good percentage. It's a crazy year when 16 sort of, you're not sure where you're going to land. It's just nice to win a close game. We haven't won one for a while. Yeah, we put ourselves, we've got a pulse now. We're alive.
Collingwood has done nothing less than salvaged its premiership mission. The free fall halted. The double chance still in play. The Pies might yet be the team to beat.
Great call there from Gerard Whaley. It has been a roller coaster ride for the Magpies this year. They're headed back to Adelaide where they'll take on the Crows. It will be a must watch. What did you make of the Pies, Joey? Do you still think they're a genuine contender for the flag?
Well, what does help is the way I think that they rediscovered their efficiency on offence, because it had been something that had been missing for a big chunk of the second half of the season. It was almost like, to me, they forced themselves to rediscover their DNA, because of the first 12 weeks of the year when they went 10-2, they were the most efficient side in the competition, going inside 50. And then for a whole host of reasons, it significantly dropped away for 10 weeks there, where they went 5-5 and were spluttering. But then they found it. They found it in particular in the second quarter of this game, and it was almost like it was a clear directive. Right, we are going through the corridor. We are just going to work our way to rediscover our form. When look at Nick Dacos putting his hand up. We're not going to go down the line. We're going to attack. And they just did it at every opportunity. And sometimes it was long, sometimes it was short. But what it just did is, by being so aggressive through the corridor, it gave them more avenues to going inside 50. So last week in the game against Adelaide, we know they had over 70 entries and really struggled. But here they win the ball back. Josh Dacos could have gone outboard, could have given the handball. No, our plan this game is to definitely look into the corridor. And they're all starting to get on the same page. The midfielders were queuing up. They all knew what they were doing. And despite having the 27 shots on goal, it was inaccuracy. 11 goals, 16. Probably cost them kicking a bigger score. But I just love this. You know, these sort of kicks that they were famous for the last couple of years, that would catch the opposition off guard, that no one else would dare take but Collingwood. And I thought that they had a clear plan to do that. It looked much better and it gave them really good looks. So if they can continue that and build on it, then maybe they can do some damage in September.
Aggressive, Kingy?
Yeah, and I think Craig McRae summed it up perfectly in the post-match when he said at three-quarter time, I said, guys, stop boring me. Let's go, let's play. And it is all reflected in the speed of ball movement stuff, and it's sometimes hard to read, I understand. But to point out the bits that really matter, bottom right corner there, DTG, that's an aggression indicator. Distance towards goal. That's the highest reading, the highest fourth quarter for something like 6 weeks. It's the top 4 or 5 for the quarters for the year. So that real aggression, we're going straight through the heart as long as we can. We're going to challenge the opposition quickly. OK, they're still patient when they get the ball, but it's long and it's strong. It's bypassing all those zones and those grids that the opposition are trying to set up. Obviously, you're trying to go around max in this game, but they've got different gears, and I don't know whether they've found their perfect gear just yet.
No, they're still working on it, aren't they?
It still looks like it's a little bit clunky with Collingwood at the moment. Against Melbourne, I would have thought they would have been a bit more convincing. So is that a worry or not? Who knows? But when they needed it, when you had to have it, they were aggressive enough to get it on the scoreboard. A 5-goal final term was seriously impressive.
Yeah, 15 points down, three-quarter time. It was the old Collingwood. Just throw it in the corridor. Pendlebury back behind the ball, setting everything up, and they were all on the same page, and away they went, and it was one of their famous victories.
He saved in the back half, Pendles, no doubt about that. Also, Geordie to go, he's probably his most impressive performance.
Well, this is another big positive for Collingwood coming into September, is we've been crying out for Nick Dacos to get some support, King. Kingy, for weeks and weeks, and he's got his right-hand man back there, Jordan De Goey. This was his best game easily, probably for almost 18 months. He looked like he had his explosiveness and power back. He was able to break out of congestion. He's gut running, so to have the 26 disposals, 6 clearances, 3 score assists and 11 contested possessions. But it was this sort of stuff that I think is going to excite not only Nick Dacos, but some of his other teammates. And this was the one, this clip here. So not so much from contest, but he gets it once and then watch him put the hammer down. And this is what I want to see more of from Geordie, now that he's had the bit of body of work behind him to be able to set up an opportunity at goal. So
trust the body a bit.
Trust it now. Just let it go. You know, he's got to trust the work, and who knows, with him at the top of his game and Nick Dacos, well, of course, anything's possible.
And I think there's a wild card in there. Beau McCreery is the speed that they need. He's the one that can sit and get 5-10 yards on an opponent really quickly, and they like to use him by hand. I think he had 8 or 9 scoring involvements. He was off the ground for a bit. There's a bit of concern about him for a while, but I think he's the one that they should trust more at centre bounce because he's defensively brilliant and his ability to chase and hunt and tackle is terrific, and I think he gets the other way quicker than most, Joey. So he's almost mini-me of the Jordan De Goey sort of brand.
And in an ageing engine room, he does provide some of that real shake-up pace. What did you make of Melbourne, King?
I thought they played some really extravagant and expansive footy. And I know this had been the case for the last few weeks, but when they attacked corridor, particularly by hand, and did it quickly, I thought their guns handballed more than I've ever seen. You know, Petrarca, he finishes with 14 handballs. Oliver has 19 handballs. Salem has 10. Langford has 12. Like, they're big numbers. They're big numbers. And when Melbourne handball, they're a different team because they've got a heap of slaughtermen that want to kick the footy. Look at this. This is a worry for Collingwood for me. How quickly they were exposed through the corridor in patches in this game. We just watched a couple of cracking games this afternoon and this evening that this defensively wouldn't stand up. You get exposed. If you give corridor at this sort of speed in September, you're gone. So I love the way Melbourne played, Joey. You can flip it both ways. You can say you're concerned about Collingwood defensively. I think you have to leave this game with some concerns. But I'm more here for Melbourne at the moment to say, well done for making the change. How it cost the coach his job is still a mystery to me. But they have made the step to playing modern footy.
Yeah, they have, and that's why it excites the new coach, to be able to see this. There is still enough talent here. We've spoken ad nauseum that it's hard to have a game plan when you can't kick the footy, and their 4 best players have all been very, very ordinary kicks. So to use their handball game and get the run and wave with the talent, there's a lot to work with. And we've seen it makes Bailey Fritsch a better player because he's getting on the end of some good supply and getting out the back. So I like Melbourne's back end of the season, not just the last couple of weeks. I think their last 6 to 8 weeks they showed that maybe they're not as far away as maybe some others think. And they put in a strong showing but just weren't good enough again. They've just got to learn how to win the close games.
The ruck position in the All-Australian team is going to be one of the most fascinating points of the night. How did you rate the superstar Melbourne captain, King?
Just want to show him for one last time this year because, you know, we've shown, I think, Cherry a lot. We've shown Ruckman getting forward and the importance of him and getting behind the ball. This guy's still a force. Yep. I mean, what a leader. I don't know if he can do it. At some point, Joey, he has to drop off. He really, you just can't keep doing this with such anger and brutality and physicality year in, year out and not pay a price. Maybe he tips over next year or the year after, who knows. But if they are to win one, this is my quandary with Melbourne. The new coach walking in has only got Max Gawn for a shortened period of time. I think they have to step into being aggressive to win one rather than rebuilding. As soon as they lose Max, this is a different team. So this conversation, and we keep talking about it, whether it's Nathan Buckley or someone else coming into this role, what are you doing with Petrarca and Oliver? And then are you going to give Max a time frame he can work within to win that extra premiership?
It's a good call. And make no mistake, he's fended off all the challenges for the All-Australian ruck spot. That's his.
Lock him in?
Yep.